everybody, welcome to today's episode of Yin is Your Friend. Today we are looking at squat for Yin Yoga. So squat is so good for helping create space in the hips, and it's great for the liver and kidney meridians. So if you have those days or times where you feel like things are stuck or you're just irritated and you don't know why, this is a great one. It will stay in it for a while, and then it really helps relieve tension and let go of stuck energy because you don't need to be walking around with that. So we'll show quite a few different options here. So I'll start with the ones we'll start on the bolster. So we can come to sit right on the bolster, and then knees come out a little bit this way, and start to take the knees apart. So this is a great place to start your student, and then they can just scoot closer to the edge of the bolster as they feel comfortable. And using the bolster like this, you can really get a lot of support and a deeper external hip rotation and opening here than you would otherwise. So you can be here, you can even be here. Feet can be further out or closer together depending on what the knees feel like. I don't have a strap in here, but sometimes what I like to do is take a strap and fold it so that it comes into something about like this, and wedge it behind the knee if there's any kind of knee issue or strain. And so this is a great option. You could also do the same thing on the block, or you could elevate even further by putting a block on the bolster and then being more here, because you could get a lot of sensation here in the hips and inner thighs just by widening the knees. And then, of course, you can also do this without the props. I've really come to like the props. And then students can, going on a roller coaster ride this morning. Students can decide if they want toes more pointed forward or out to the sides. Sometimes turning the toes out helps relieve any discomfort in the knee, which is really great. Sometimes people's feet, all the time people's feet are attached to their lower leg bones differently. So mine are a little bit turned out naturally. So there's not a time really that makes sense for me to do squat with my feet facing forward because it internally rotates everything, including my knees. So learn to spend time with your students, letting them figure this out, and sitting up on something and doing this is a great way to do it because they can really kind of rock forward and see, okay, this would feel better if my feet were a little bit further out. A lot of yoga traditions are going to teach not to turn the feet out, but again, always is always wrong, never is never right. So I like to just get someone in, I start with a least restrictive way so that we can ease into things. So along the way we can say, how do you feel? How does this feel? What are you feeling in the joint? Where are you feeling it? This posture is really knees, hips, and ankles. And so we want to take time to have that conversation with students along the way, or at least to offer these things in a group class. Someone asked me the other day if it requires a lot of talking in a yoga class compared to a normal class. And the best answer is it depends. It's more important to say words than to not speak when you see that someone's struggling in something. So the way I handle that is I will walk around to students individually. And my students are used to this, so it doesn't really freak them out. And sometimes I'll look at someone and say, is this feeling good? And then if not, we'll tweak it. And if it is, then great, because I can't tell by looking sometimes. Sometimes it looks uncomfortable, but it's not, and they really have it that way for a reason. Another thing that's really important here is that you offer the option of having the heels raised on a blanket. So I'll show you from the side. So here, this is so good for prenatal too. And you guys know I do prenatal as well, and I have to say, this is really good if there's swelling in the feet, foot pain, restless leg. There's so many nerves in the feet, so sometimes stimulating them this way feels really good. So doing this And what that does is it helps elevate the back, but it might get them a little deeper than being on a support, like a full support with their bottom. So again, you can do this here and let them kind of figure out what feels good, as long as knees are okay here. So then you can end up here. A couple more options. If you have a balance ball, you could do that. But I'll show you the option with the chair since I already have it out today. So sitting in the chair, do this with my seniors. Knees come apart. And then you can just start, what I usually start them with is just leaning forward and back. This is also really good for prenatal. And if you're teaching a chair class and you want to incorporate some yin yoga in, this is a great way. So I'll start them like this, and then we'll find a place where they can stay for a while. So it might just be here, head hanging down, or it might just be sitting up. It might even be sitting back in the chair and just letting the arms rest. From here, you could prop feet up. I only have one block out, but maybe on this level, assuming they feel safe with that. And then you could start, so what you're doing is you're bringing the floor up to them, and you could do that on both sides, or you could do one leg at a time. So if you have them supported this way, then you could just lean forward on this side, and then you could reverse that, do the other leg, and come forward. I'm filming on my phone today, so I can't see who's on, but I will check these comments when I get done here. The other thing that you can do is put all of this at the wall. If you've practiced yin yoga with me or studied yin yoga with me, you already know this, but you can come here. And this would be a great idea to start a class with this version. It's kind of a modified frog here. And then in the class, and then somewhere in the class, do the deeper one, and then do maybe a wide leg child's pose at the end of class. So you're doing 3 kind of different versions of this. So feet can be in or out, depending on what feels good. It can be here. So this is really fun because you can experiment with what feels good. Like if I do this, I get sensation in the hip in a way I don't the other way, but it's less impactful or less, it's easier on the joints than doing, say, full frog. And then coming out there. So these are all of my favorite tips and tricks and tools for teaching squat for yin yoga. Comment below, let me know if you liked this or if you have an option that you prefer to teach. Tell me that as well. And have a great day. Got Pamela, Corinne, and Iris. Hey guys, I don't know if you're still on here, but thanks for jumping in. If you have anything or any questions, pop them in the comments. And otherwise, thanks for showing up, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.